Overload, overload, it's so cute. Overload, don't you want to take us home? Cute, 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 cute. Overload, 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 it's so cute. Overload, don't you want to take us home? Cute, 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 cute. Overload.
We are A and B, and we're here with Tsum Tsum Series 7, the brand new blind packs that just came out, and we're going to give you some tips and tricks on how to get the ones you want. Flip over to the back. These will show you everything that is available. If you watch any other videos, we kind of talk about how some of them they've started to make look kind of similar or feel kind of similar. So it can be a little bit harder to tell what you're getting, but we'll give you some ideas on how to figure out which is which, so you can try to get the whole set or get the character that you're going for. So first off here, if you look at this, the little Snow White figure that it comes with and the little accessory for Tiger Lily are shaped really similar. Same thing for Thumper and Simba, they're shaped similar. And then kind of Crush and Genie are a little bit similar as well. So things like that can be a little bit harder to figure out when you're feeling for them. But we'll show you what you can do to hopefully figure out which one you want to get. So we're pretty sure that we got the whole set. We went to our local store. These just came out, and then we got through their first shipment, and we believe we got one of every single one of them except for Mr. Big. So we've got almost the entire set pretty quickly, which we're pretty excited about. So let's get started. So my first tip is inside these, each of the figures and their accessories are in little plastic baggies. So you kind of want to separate them out so you can feel different parts that may be in there, because some of these you'll have to assemble. So in this one, there's just one accessory and then one zoom. If you start feeling this, this feels kind of like one big piece. It's got an arch at the bottom. So straight off of that, it's real thick, so it's not one of these real thin arches. So based off that, this is probably Tiger Lily or Snow White. To try to decide between the two, you want to feel along the accessory really well. And on this one, on the accessory, you can feel kind of two big holes almost that you can feel that are indented than the rest of the accessory. So if you look at that, that's pretty obvious that Snow White here has got two indents. So I am going to guess that this is going to be Snow White. For the next one, again, you want to kind of separate them out and see what you've got in there. So this one I can feel three pieces. So this is the Tsum Tsum, I'm pretty sure. And then I can feel a really strong arch base, like one of those half circles. And there's another good size piece in there as well. So to start eliminating who it might be, for an arch base, we've got Thumper, Simba, Crush, and Mr. Big. Abu also has a little arch on the bottom there too. So I'm trying to fill it out a little bit better and see what it might be. So the piece that's not part of the arch is awful thick. I also can feel kind of an odd shape that's hollow in the center. So that's what kind of gives this one away. So we've got an arch with a shape attached that's got a hollow hole in the center. So I am going to guess that this one is Abu. So the first one is up there, and it was Snow White. For our next one, I'm going to start separating the pieces out again. So I can feel the Tsum Tsum on there, and then two other pieces. This one also has a pretty distinct shape to it. So I can feel kind of a flat, square, rectangle, and it's got little 4 nubby pieces sticking out. And I can also feel kind of a round shape. So if you look at the back here, again, it was kind of a square, rectangle, flat piece with little nubbies sticking out. The only thing that looks anything like that is Miss Piggy, and then I felt the round piece, which would probably be that little mirror there. So I'm going to guess that this will be Miss Piggy. You can see in the background there, we've been right so far. We had Snow White, Abu, and then Mad Hatter, and hopefully that one will be Miss Piggy. So I'm going to grab the next one. This one feels like it's got a few different things going on in here. So I feel the Tsum Tsum in there, and I can feel kind of a big piece and then some other little things floating around in there as well. So the big piece has got a real strong arch in it. So the ones with the arch could be Mr. Big, Crush, Abu, Simba, Thumper, and then Baloo maybe is a bit of an arch as well. So I'm going to keep feeling there. So I feel an arch, and it's got kind of a, like a flat piece on there. Like it feels like something this Tsum Tsum probably sits on. And then I can feel attached to that, the other piece I was feeling is attached. So we got the arch and a flat piece and a piece that comes up like this. So if we look on there, the only things that have arch and something attached look like Genie and Crush. But since I can feel a really good flat piece where it sits, I'm going to guess that this is going to be Crush. In the background there's Miss Piggy. So I'm going to start separating this one. I feel a Tsum Tsum in there. And I can feel a small little piece. And then an arch piece. Now this arch piece, again, you've seen the ones that have the arch on there, but this one's really bumpy. It feels oddly shaped. Based off that, I would narrow it down to either being Thumper or Baloo. And since I can feel the other little piece that's in there has got a flat, flat kind of arch section on it as well, that feels to me like this little thing that's on top of Baloo. So I'm going to guess that we've got Baloo here. And there's Crush in the background. For the next one, this one I feel 3 different pieces in. So we've got the Tsum Tsum, and then the accessory is going to be 2 pieces. So what makes this one pretty obvious, if you feel in here real good, I feel an arch, and the arch has got 2 spikes sticking off of it. So that kind of makes this a little bit tricky. And then I feel some little tiny bumpy pieces in here as well, and it feels like there's at least 2 of those. So since this one's shaped a little bit different, it makes it a little trickier. So you kind of have to try to figure out, from elimination what you think it would be. So the ones with the arch are the Thumper, Baloo, Simba, Crush, Mr. Big, and then Abu. And since this one I can feel 2 little kind of like sticks sticking out, that leads me to think that that would be something that we would put together and attach. So the ones that's got things sticking out you'd put on were Thumper, but that's pretty small, and there wouldn't be 2 sticks. Same thing for Crush and Mr. Big and Abu. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that we've got Simba in here. And there's Baloo in the background. Let's do the next one here. Get it separated out. So I'm feeling 3 different pieces in here. Trying to get these pushed away where I can feel them good enough. This one has got a pretty good hint to which one it would be as well. So we got the Tsum Tsum in there, and I've kind of got like a little cylinder shaped piece in there that's pretty, thin. But it feels like a little bit of an arch to it. And then this top piece here is kind of squarish, but then it comes to a big point. So if you look here, anything that has a point on it, you can eliminate that pretty quickly. So I am going to guess that we have got Pascal here. There's kind of the thin little cylinder and then the pointed roof. So I would bet that this one is Pascal. We'll get going with the next one. Separate it out here. This one, I feel the Tsum Tsum, and then just one piece for the accessory. So the accessory has got a bit of an arch, and then a longer piece that sticks up off of it that feels pretty bumpy. It's not smooth by any means. So we'll look at the ones with the arches, and there's quite a few of those, but there's only a couple that have got kind of bumpy feeling pieces that stick up. So I would narrow that down to Crush or Jafar. And because this one has not a strong arch for a base, the Crush has got a really strong arch, I'm going to guess that this one is going to be Genie. And for the next one, all I feel in here again is just the Tsum Tsum and then a one-piece accessory. This one was one that was a little bit easy to tell which it was as well. So it's smooth, it's one piece, I can feel a strong arch, and pretty much a flat top. So based off that right away, you can feel the shape of this really well, and I could tell that this is going to be Mikey. It's smooth and flat on top with a little bit of an arch on the bottom. You can feel that very distinct shape. So I'm going to guess that this one is Mikey. There's Simba in the background. So you can see on the stand there, there's a little piece here that's arched, and then it's got the little sticks that stick up, and this is what attached to those sticks. For the next one here, this was another one that was pretty easy to tell what it was. And here I feel the Tsum Tsum, and I feel just one piece for the accessory again. And if you feel that, it is very much a square, a 3D square, so it feels square all the way around, and it's got a hole in the center. I can actually kind of stick my finger down in there. So that is very clearly going to be Pinocchio. He's got a square base with the, the hollow center there. So I am pretty confident that is Pinocchio. For the next one, get it separated out here. I feel the Tsum Tsum, and then just one accessory as well. So this accessory feels not very tall, and it feels kind of round, but it's got a slight arch. And since it's round, it's got a nice round top to it. You can tell it's very flat on the one side. So anything that's going to be flat, with an arch, I would automatically eliminate pretty much everything except for Snow White and Tiger Lily. Now we had Snow White earlier, and we could tell that we could feel these little kind of indents here. They'll look like eyes almost. And this does not have that. And if I feel along the edges, I can feel that it's got some patterning on it. So this leads me to believe this is for sure is Tiger Lily. You can feel these little bumps along here, the patterning on her little drum. So I am pretty sure that this is going to be Tiger Lily. And this actually was one of the hardest ones for us to find. We had to go through quite a few boxes before we came along one of these. And actually when you open these up, they come with the little paper that tells you everything that they made. Oh, this one's cut up. But it says on there that she is a hard one to get. So I am pretty excited to find that Tiger Lily. For the next one, get this separated out. Feel the Tsum Tsum in there, and then I feel one piece that's a base. I really don't feel anything else in there. Oh, there is one other tiny little piece in there also. So it's got an arch. It's a little bit bumpy. Nothing too major. So if we look on the back here for which one have arches, the thing that sets it aside to eliminate for here is there's a small little round piece in here. So it feels like a little marble almost. So if you look at these, Thumper has got an arch base and then the little round piece that comes with him. So I'm going to say that that is going to be Thumper. And back there you can see we've got Pascal now as well, who doesn't want to stand up. So far we've been correct on the ones we've gotten open and put together. Some of these take some assembly, so it takes a little while to get them together. And then this is the last one. I'm going to start feeling these. Get it separated out here. This one's just got one big accessory and then the Tsum Tsum in there. This one had a pretty distinct shape as well that was nothing too similar to anything else. So I feel one big piece. It's rounded on the sides. It's got a slightly arched top and a round top as well. So anything that's rounded on there, you can eliminate pretty darn quick. So this feels exactly like Sally. It's got the arched bottom, the round sides, the rounded top, and it's got a hole in the center. So again, you can see it, you can push your fingers down in there. So that would be where Sally would sit in there. So I am pretty sure that this one is Sally. If you look in the little papers that come with them, you can see on there that it says for Tiger Lily, it's listed as a lucky. So I'm guessing that was one that's probably not a whole lot into a box. And then the other one that we couldn't find for Mr. Big, I'm trying to see if he's on here to see how rare he was. He was the other one that we couldn't find. Lily, shut up. You just ruined that because you're laughing and making the cat make that noise. Be quiet. Be quiet. No, stop. Because you picked her up. Be quiet. Stop laughing right now. Stop laughing.
Okay.
If you look at the paper that it comes with, we noticed that Tiger Lily is listed as a lucky, so that made me think that maybe they don't put a whole lot of these in each box, and that was why she's a little bit harder to find. We had to go through 2 boxes before we came across one. And then Mr. Big was one that we couldn't find either, and he's not on this list, but we wanted to see if maybe he's a rare one too, so they're not putting, you know, even one per box. We went through 2 boxes and didn't find one, and I'm pretty certain that the boxes were full, so hopefully we'll find him pretty soon too. Here you can see all of the Series 7 play bags put together. We have got everybody except for Mr. Big. We're going to keep hunting for him, so hopefully we'll find him. All our other local stores haven't got them, so hopefully they will and we can find him. He's a rare one as well, so it might be kind of hard to find him. As you can see though, some of the distinct shapes I was talking about. Mad Hatter's little accessory there was one piece, the bunny back there with the arch, Mikey on his little M, there's Pascal with the little pointed roof and the drum, Simba's arch with the little pokes that come out of there, there's Snow White with the little eyeball shaped pieces on there, Jafar and his little piece there that's kind of bumpy and all one piece, and Abu. They're super cute. We collect these. We love having them. We've got almost everybody that they've made in these blind bags. I believe the only one we haven't ever found was Boo from a couple series back. And we hope that we can get Mr. Big. Thanks for watching. Give us a like and subscribe to us if you like our tips. Share these with your friends, and hopefully you can find the ones you'd like for your collection too.
Overload, overload, it's so cute. Overload, don't you want to take us home? Cute, 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 overload.